It's time for another Film Snob movie review, so we need to get the film snob in here. Producer Ben.
Benjamin.
He is a film snob. He's a lover of films, but he's highly critical of pretty much all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And many things in the film industry make him furious. He, he doesn't really like most movies. That's really the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have seen A Quiet Place.
I have.
He's like, this is a weird intro.
I don't know how else to intro.
You make him sound like such a hater. He's just critical.
He
though.
is.
He likes a lot of movies.
Well, I like to, and I like to hear his opinions through that critical eye, because a lot of times we just go see movies and we say me like or me don't like, but we don't have any particular nuances behind it, if you want to use a big person word. And this movie seems fitting to review for a lot of different reasons. One, it's The Quiet Place. Super hot on the movie buzz scheme right now, making a ton of money.
Noise.
And also, I do believe Ben would survive quite well in The Quiet Place because he's pretty quiet for the most part. You don't enjoy noise.
No, not really.
Do you ever get fired up?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And it's with alcohol is what we've learned.
Yeah, I'll talk a lot if I get a little buzzed.
Okay. So what we should do is we should make him do these, and as we're talking to him, he has to drink more. Each time he's talking,
The alcohol challenge.
we'll just have you do this. So
Sweet
Quiet
Baby Jesus
Place,
challenge.
what is on your mind with this movie?
Well, so it's also directed by John Krasinski.
Okay.
And he stars in it. So, lots of people were excited to see what he could do because he had directed a few things before, but never anything this big that he had as much creative control over.
Directed, starred in. His wife is in this movie also, yes?
Mhm.
Okay.
She plays his wife in the movie also.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, sweet.
And I don't think they ever say names, so you could just pretend that it's them in
They got
real
along.
life.
I mean, because they didn't have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Monica.
Well, in the movie, it was quiet. They couldn't really argue because the movie is
So
quiet.
the movie, from what I understand, I have not seen it, and none of us in here have. There's it's a horror movie, and it's about sound sensing monsters. So it's a world where you don't want to make any noise, otherwise the monsters will come kill you. Does that make sense?
Yep, that's pretty much the idea.
Okay.
And you don't get any real backstory. There are some things in the background, like newspaper clippings and stuff of these creatures, but there's no like they arrived or they showed up. Like they don't talk about that.
Gotcha.
They just jump right into it. It doesn't waste any time getting into the film. So and it's good in that respect. Production value is very good. It was really well made. Cinematography is good. Sound design is incredible. So people are comparing this to a silent film, and that's not a good comparison because those people obviously haven't ever seen a silent film because there is no sound, period.
They don't really make any silent films anymore either, except for The Artist, which I think won the Academy Award a few years ago. But even the silent films back in the day, they'd put in music, goofy little soundtracks in the background and stuff. This is silent on purpose, but also, from what I understand, when we say silent, there's not a lot of dialogue, but there's a lot of background noise, just of life, ambient noise, things like that.
Yeah, there's lots of sound design. It's just not dialogue heavy. There is some dialogue. I think there's about 5 minutes of spoken dialogue in the movie.
The monsters are coming.
There is sign language used in it, and another big story going around is that there is a daughter that is deaf in the movie, and she's deaf in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of one of the first mainstream deaf actors in a role, which that's pretty cool.
It has to be like a lot of pressure for to test your acting skills because you have to use your face and really show
Non-verbal
emotion
behavior.
through your actions, your looks and expressions. But what was the experience in the theater?
Everyone was loving it. I mean, it was one of the better theater experience I've had in a while. It was packed, which is cool to see because it's a horror movie, and horror movies never get the kind of ratings that this is getting, and there's never that many people in the theater. I mean, sometimes if it's around Halloween or something, but it was packed.
Okay.
Good.
But in addition, we've heard that people are very afraid in the movie theater to open their loud bag of candy or munch on their crunchy nachos.
Nachos.
Not sure what that is.
That's non bread turned into nachos. Nachos.
I believe.
I think
nachos.
Rachel Ray, I believe, has actually made nachos before. Look it up. Google it. It's right near the grandfather beat. Anyway, the loud eating. A lot of people are joking on social media about that.
Yeah, there was none of that, so that was good.
Okay.
And like I said, it was packed, and there were no cell phones. There were no people talking.
Did you eat while you were in the theater?
I did, yeah.
You had some munchies?
Soup. It was a quiet soup.
Quiet soup?
Yep.
No, soup.
Bowl of peas?
Soup is loud with the spoon in the
Slurp.
bowl.
I brought in a giant bag of chips and rustled it every time.
Anybody want anything?
Anybody need anything before we get started in here?
I got a big drink.
Monica has pizza delivered while she's sitting in
hold
there.
on, that's my order. Let me sign it.
Hey, come here, Papa John.
Right.
Let me turn on my flashlight so they can see me.
Excuse me.
This, I believe, would be a tough movie for you, Monica, to see. Because you're someone who like noise.
I like a little bit of noise. A little tiny bit.
Your definition of a little bit and my definition of a little bit of noise are different.
I think you both like noise.
A little bit.
Both of you. Zach, you like noise.
In the movie theater, I want to.
I mean, not when you want to.
I don't
want to
be loud. But I don't.
I think it would be just as
disturbed.
entertaining to see the movie as it would be just to watch Monica see the movie.
That's what I was thinking
because
too.
it will keep you on. It keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Okay.
I like that.
Like there's hardly any downtime. It's not a boring movie at all. Which is, I mean, that's one of the reasons it's getting great reviews.
Yeah.
The opening, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the opening, but it's in the trailer. The scene where John's running on the bridge back to his kid.
In the man?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
That what scene? Happens will just floor you. You'll never expect it.
Oh my gosh.
This was a movie with balls. They didn't waste any time.
And that man wanted to go.
Yeah,
big balls.
Uh-huh.
It sure does suck if you're in this quiet place world and you're, say, Bruno Mars. Like, that's it. There's no more Bruno Mars concerts anymore. You're done.
There's
the
monsters
will get you.
It would also suck if you had allergies during that time.
Oh, God.
Damn it, I ain't got to sneeze.
Keep sniffling. You're trying to hold it in.
The leaders of the Quiet Place Village will be Dr. Epen and Dr. McBride from the Allergy Center because they'll keep everybody alive. The single most important doctors in the world. It ain't surgeons anymore.
Right.
It's the allergy doctors.
Lifesavers here. I heard from a friend of mine, not Ben, but someone else.
Ben ain't my friend. Let me just point that out.
No, somebody other than Ben. They're not somebody I would classify as a film snob or anything like that. They said it was funny. It had some comedy in there, maybe some funny parts. Is that true?
No, I think your friend's kind of off their rocker on that one.
Your friend is horrible.
They might have been high going to see the movie.
Like it is not a funny movie.
I thought there was some comedy in there somewhere. Because I'm not a fan of horror movies, so explain that to my friend. I was like, look,
but
I won't see a horror movie. Yeah,
you go.
But I would see
No,
a thriller, suspense, or something like that.
It's
not horror.
It's more on that thriller suspense side than it is a horror movie.
But nothing funny.
No, it's not funny because
somebody farted.
Their whole
I never got.
Oh man, Monica, you point that out in this silent world. Those of us that fart a lot are in trouble as well.
Boom, gone.
I can see my scene in the movie. Me and my wife are hiding. Oh, great, we're dead. Thanks a lot.
It's over.
Your butt just killed us both. Way to go.
That's it. But the movie is good. You give it what grade?
Well, I gave it a 6 out of 10, but that doesn't. I mean, regular people are gonna love this.
Okay, let me ask you because as you sit here, peasants,
I know what you
peasants,
mean.
Fred,
those beneath him.
What he's saying is people like your idiot friend that were laughing at things, whatever that is.
I don't know what she thought was funny. Then
no, let me ask this though, because the way you talk about this movie, I thought it was good. It seemed like a glowing review. So, and I know you don't hand out a lot of 9s and 10s because you're very picky. But what makes this a 6? Why have you decided that?
Well, there is a relationship between the daughter and John Krasinski, the father, and there's like a struggle, and it was hard for me to really feel for the characters and make an emotional connection without much dialogue.
Okay.
As the horror aspects and the thriller sense of the movie and the production value, all that's well done, but kind of the other main part of the story is this relationship between the father and the daughter, and for me, it was hard to make that connection.
Gotcha.
That makes perfect sense.
Does anyone get killed because of their farts or allergies?
I mean, sort of.
Okay.
Oh.
We might have been
Someone
onto
ate some
something.
bad sushi.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Yeah,
that's the way to go.
This is a world where chili is banned. Broccoli, forget it.
Can't have any
that's
of it.
not happening.
It's over.
No.
Oh my God.
Cauliflower.
Me and Monica, we would have everyone would be killed because of us, because of our noises.
Terrible.
Yeah, I would laugh and go, and then hide behind someone else. Like,
Hide behind someone else.
He made the noise. That's what it wasn't me. Oh man. But a 6 is actually
that's not bad.
That's a positive review from you, really.
No, everyone else, like, Fred, you'd love it. Monica would love it. Zach, you'd love it. I mean, this is a movie.
I'm interested to see it.
You have a good theater experience going to see this, and you should go.
I'm actually, and what I'm going to consider too is the next time my kids fail at playing the Quiet Game, I'm going to tell them then they're going to have to watch this movie instead, A Quiet Place. If you can't win at the Quiet Game, you have to sit through A Quiet Place, and then you'll have nightmares. And I don't know how that benefits me because now I have to deal with kids with nightmares. I have a nightmare.
Don't even try it. Just gonna have to suck it up.